With the signing ceremony, could you be the one to stand for your members of the steering committee come up and take a picture? Yeah. Barry will give you the mic. Yeah, so when they're done, just call them up. We'll line them up.
Okay, great. Members of the steering committee.
Yeah. No, it's perfect.
I don't like it too much.
No. It's good.
I can start? Okay.
Just real quick, when you call them up, tell them to put their name tags in the when they come up to the podium.
That's after the sign. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
What sign?
Before the sign?
Yeah, because they're going to stay behind.
Okay, gotcha. Should I start? Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Universities at Shady Grove. I'm Ann Kademian, the Executive Director of the Universities at Shady Grove. This is a momentous day, a day of commitment towards our education and research goals and commitments in the life sciences. And we are honored to have you all here and excited about this memorandum of understanding signing today. With that, it is my privilege and honor to introduce Montgomery County Executive Mark Elrich.
So, Ann, I want to thank you for hosting this. This is the second time I've been in this beautiful building, and it's just an amazing place. I want to thank Dr. Perman, Chancellor Perman, for joining us, and Dr. Pines, Dr. Gerald, Dr. Brode, Dr. Steiner, Dr. Ryan, to our partners in industry, Con, Angela, Kevin, Joe, John, Jeff, and anybody else I left out. And I also wanted to acknowledge former County Executive Mike Leggett, for your role in this, and Craig Rice from the County Council, Ben Wu from the Economic Development Corporation. There are so many amazing people here today, and I'm excited because I've been working on this thing to try to get us here for about 2 years now, and we're here. And I think it's a really important step for Montgomery County and for the state of Maryland. Montgomery County has a well-deserved reputation as being the epicenter of Maryland's economy and job creation. And we heard all about this. But over the last decade, our growth has flattened, and we can't rest on a reputation anymore. But at some point, people aren't going to come here because of your reputation. You have to show what you can do and where you're going. This is an effort to show people what we can do and where we are going. We have to be deliberate, intentional, and innovative to not just compete economically in this region with DC and Virginia, but with cities around the world. But this is more than about competition. We have the assets and the capabilities in Montgomery County and within the university systems to change the world, not just to compete in the world. That's nice, but we have the assets to change the world. We have the ability to make life different. We have the ability to extend to people possibilities they do not have today. And so this is what makes this very special to me, because I think it's a convergence of all the right people in the right place. With the signing of this MOU, we are committing that the University System of Maryland, Montgomery College, and the county will proactively work together to address the bio-life sciences workforce needs and research opportunities. This is the start of a new era in Montgomery County, where we are proactively merging private bio and life science companies with our esteemed academic institutions to create a pipeline of workers for these high-wage, highly skilled jobs, and to accelerate new discoveries by connecting our industry more regularly with universities and finding new opportunities for translational research and partnerships. The bio and life sciences companies have always had a significant presence in Montgomery County, but unfortunately, it took a devastating global pandemic for the entire world to discover just how important we are. It's not a coincidence that the majority of the federal warp money wound up here. Yesterday, I joined Governor Hogan for a tour and the announcement of the new Novavax headquarters in Gaithersburg. That was really exciting because the headquarters will be dwarfed by what follows the headquarters. That building is just a small piece of what they're putting together. And we learned that Novavax needs to hire hundreds of new employees by the end of this year. But most of the employees that Novavax needs and all the companies represented today have to have the relevant education, training, and experience. And this is exactly what this MOU is going to provide. We've got the ability to provide that pipeline. We're going to provide that pipeline. Today, our focus is on creating this workforce pipeline and ensuring that we're helping our companies have the talent they need for biomanufacturing and regulatory and R&D worlds. The big winners with this announcement today are the students and researchers at all these institutions, the industry leaders who are seeking to employ these students and to connect on cutting-edge research. And whether it's a student from Montgomery College or around this country or the world, the opportunities provided from this MOU are going to attract the talent to our schools and directly into careers that not only provide a great income, but the opportunity to literally save the world. The three-legged stool of Montgomery County's future private sector economy has been identified as hospitality, advanced computing, and bio-life sciences. But it's advanced computing and the bio-life science sectors that will see the most growth over the next decade. As important as hospitality is, you're only going to build so many hotels here. The growth of a Marriott and these other companies is based on the growth of their empires. And so we add as they add, but we don't add nearly as much as when you spin off a business or when Novavax grows from 50 employees to 850 employees. That's the real job growth, and that's the job growth that's going to drive this county, and it's going to build the economy, and it's going to build the possibilities for our residents. Between the county's federal footprint with NIH, NIST, FDA, and HHS, our growing private sector companies, and our esteemed academic institutions, it is clear that we're becoming the immunology capital next to the nation's capital. We got to work on a better. That's a very long, Jeff, somebody out there who's really good with with these words. We need something tighter, but we'll be that. And the state of Maryland has 484 life science businesses with an average annual wage of about $150,000 a year, and that was from 2020. In Montgomery County, this industry accounts for 40,000 life science workers and 63,000 STEM workers in the county. With the continued growth and support from the county and these academic institutions, we are laying the foundation for us to continue to grow. And I mean partnership. The county is going to play in this. We are going to be the partner. We didn't do this meeting today to have you come here and tell you what you're going to do for us. It's what you're going to do with us. And we're going to make sure we do this together. This MOU and the work that will follow will help us continue our leadership in bio and life sciences, the opportunities for us to leverage the federal assets, the University of Maryland expertise, Montgomery College's capabilities, and to work with industry. I'm convinced the possibilities are endless. So I want to thank you. I look forward to more discussions and beyond the discussions, the real work of making this happen. I'm just so excited that we've done this, and I'm looking forward to the kind of future that we're going to build together. Thank you. And Dr. Berman.
Thank you, Mark. Good morning, everybody. Director Kademian, thanks for doing this. I want to thank my fellow signers, Dr. Wright, and of course, our county executive. Thank you for your partnership, your enthusiasm, incredible work on behalf of this county and its people. As you heard from the county executive, the MOU we're about to sign today is so important because it's a commitment. It's a commitment to bring together the extraordinary assets of the county, the assets of industry, academia, government, and deploying them in a more strategic way. A more collaborative way. Yes, I've said it. It was said earlier this morning. I don't see any reason Montgomery County can't be, shouldn't be, the nation's undisputed leader in life and regulatory sciences and beyond. This can be, if you will, America's biotech heartbeat. We have the federal labs, agencies in our own backyard, a long track record collectively of winning transformational federal grants and contracts, in our students and our graduates. We have the talent that powers one of the country's most productive innovation economies. Year in and year out, Maryland ranks among the top 3 best educated states, among the most innovative states, the most entrepreneurial states. And if that's good, this MOU makes it better because it brings a framework to the work to leverage our individual strengths for collective benefits. And when I say collective benefit, I don't just mean for the CEOs you see here today, or my colleague higher ed presidents and provosts, or the county leaders. I mean for the citizens of the county, of the state, of the nation. Yes, the world is still in the grips of a pandemic, and one thing COVID has made clear is that pandemics will likely no longer be centennial events. Regrettably, we worry that they're going to come faster and faster and be deadly. And as always, prey on the most vulnerable countries, the most vulnerable communities. So this MOU is going to advance an R&D agenda that responds to that likely reality, that helps us protect our people, will help us to pioneer solutions, preparing us for crises to come, and for the everyday crises in healthcare, in climate, in environment that we can't forget about. And I'm very glad that we're signing this MOU. I guess we could have signed it in a number of places in Montgomery County, but I'm glad we're signing it at the universities at Shady Grove, where 9 of our university systems, 12 highly ranked higher ed institutions, come together to offer programs which educate the county's students, where Montgomery College is a close and steadfast partner in developing the county's talent pipeline, where our Institute for Bioscience and Biotechnology, IBBR, overseen by the University of Maryland College Park and the University of Maryland Baltimore, just a stone's throw away, is helping to train a scientific workforce that's second to none. And they're represented here, the county's technology leaders, its industry leaders, are so invested in building this ecosystem that they came out in force for this signing. I said earlier that when you put on an event and you have this many people wanting to be part of it, that you're doing something right. And so I, on behalf of the University System of Maryland and its extraordinary institutions, look forward to working with all of you to make Montgomery County's the wonderful laboratory for innovation that it can be, where we try out ideas, where we test them, replicate them, scale best practices, where we continually re-engineer what we do for maximum commercial and community benefit, and where we find the true potential of partnership to advance health and well-being so that we can unrelentingly improve the human condition. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Furman. I'm Sanjay, Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs at Montgomery College. Montgomery College is honored to participate in this MOU with USM, the county, and certainly at universities at Shady Grove. We are emerging from a global pandemic. We have witnessed the unprecedented rapid development of vaccines through collaboration. That has been the key to saving lives. It remains a fundamental principle for the region and the state to fulfill the promise and the possibilities ahead of us. Montgomery College is already playing a key role with our academic and workforce programs. We understand that economic development chases talent. We develop talent. We have the faculty, the flexibility, the degree and workforce programs. We are already collaborating with Montgomery County Public Schools, USG, industry, and also county agencies. Most recently, we developed biotechnology boot camps to meet the immediate demand for workers during pandemic and to provide a pathway to good jobs for displaced workers. And our students have been in demand throughout this pandemic. Thanks in large measure to many of the people in this room, innovation and collaboration have been happening in the Bioscience Education Center between our students, our faculty, and the innovative GIC residents. Our academic programs, as well as our Information Technology Institute and other workforce development, talent development programs are aligned with USM and also industry needs. Computational biology, embedded systems, and TLST highlight the impact of our unique model with the collaboration at its core. These emerging fields and challenges require our collective talent, ingenuity, and innovation. We look forward to continuing to work with USM and the county to grow our life sciences industries. We will leverage our existing assets well. And we all know that Montgomery County's greatest asset is its people. The tech talent pipeline will run through every zip code of Montgomery County. We are one of the most diverse institutions in the nation, providing educational pathways, including for the underserved, sometimes invisible and untapped talent. Our skilled alumni already fuel the county's economy. We add fuel every day. They say that Steve Jobs drove people to do what they thought was impossible. So does Montgomery College. 20 years ago, with the sequencing of DNA by Human Genome Sciences in the building only next door, Time magazine declared the I-270 corridor DNA Alley. It was Time magazine's word. We can change it to DNA Valley tomorrow. We responded by creating a biotechnology program that today includes degrees, certificates from entry level to our biotrack, post-baccalaureate, and also postdoc training. With our MCPS, USM, and USG partners, we have created a continuum from kindergarten to jobs. This continuum is vital for any dynamic sector to thrive. There are tremendous opportunities ahead of us. We will continue to create programs that address the needs of life sciences industries and also other emerging industry sectors. Today, with this MOU, we will be unstoppable. Thank you.
I'd like to invite all the members of the steering committee to come up and stand behind the table. And if you could remove your name tags as well, please.
Let's do a pyramid.
Thank you.
Try that. First roll will come down this mountain. You're too tall for me. That's why I'm gonna move this flag part.
I can see you and you can see me. That's a good thing. It's all about me.
Start the signing process.
Oh, there you go.
He was used to being out, being with people, and he was going, and actually he was going through the grieving process as well. And so I just happened to be up at the library. I saw the sign that said, you know, read to a dog, and I was like, oh, this is great. So I stopped by the librarian and said, you know, hey, this is a retired service dog. I'd really like to be a part of the program. And so they said, absolutely.
Ace was a guide dog. When he retired, he went back to live with his puppy raiser, Terry Binder. She started volunteering with Read to a Dog because she says he needed a job. She tells us the program not only instills confidence in the young readers, but it also puts some children's fears to rest.
The other thing I have found that I wasn't expecting is the kids who are afraid of dogs. These are perfect dogs for them because they're so calm. And so we are doing sort of double duty. We're doing not only the reading part, but we're here for kids to learn a little bit about dogs that are nice, good dogs for them to meet. And so we get to do both things, I think.
There was a bit of a wait to read to Monty and Ace, and each and every one of the bookworms had a story about a dog to share with their captive audience.
Go Dog Go.
That was so smart. Why did you pick Go Dog Go?
Because I like that book. Go dogs go.
Why do you like reading to dogs?
It's so wonderful.
Why did you choose Perfectly Martha?
Because it's about dogs, and reading to a dog is basically reading about dogs to a dog. Dogs aren't really listening, but they're interested.
How long have you been reading?
since I was 3.
Oh, goodness. And how old are you now?
7.
So you came to read to the dogs. That made your day really special, didn't it?
Definitely. I never get to read to my dog.
She wouldn't lay like this.
No.
And just let you read her a book. So
Unless she was really tired, so.
Yeah. Well, maybe
From digging and making hole next to hole next to hole next to hole after each hole.
The Read to a Dog program has a number of benefits, including improving a child's self-esteem,